Leeds against Hull for your Friday night fare from the Engage Super League live on Sky Sports HD. Leeds 3 consecutive defeats, 8th in the table. They're vulnerable to missing out on the playoffs for the first time. Hull into the match fresh from their biggest win under Richard Agar, 9 tries against Salford. Here's the team news. Brent Webb is missing for Leeds at fullback. He's got a calf strain, so Ben Jones-Bishop moves in at fullback. Brett Delaney moves back into the centre to partner Carl Ablett, and Zach Hardacre will give them more pace out wide. Up front, there is no Kylie Luluai. He picked up a nasty eye injury in France. His eyes almost closed. So Ryan Bailey starts the front row. Wella Haraki partners Jamie Jones-Buchanan in the second row. And changes on the bench too. Rob Burrows back from suspension. Ali Lautiti returns, as does Jay Pitts. Now then, for Hull, only Sean Long and Martin Gleeson are missing in a back division that poses some threat. Kirk Yeeman and Tom Briscoe have scored 34 tries between them. Throw in the 8 from Jordan Turner, including 4 in his last 2 outings, and you can see what I mean. Up front, Craig Fitzgibbon returns in perhaps an unfamiliar row in the front row, and Joe Westerman at loose forward, in great form, needs just 2 tries for a career total of 50. And it's a formidable looking substitutes bench. Radford, Washbrook, Luaki and Moa. There's some experience there. So the Black and Whites, they've won more games away from home than Leeds have won at home. 5 wins from 11. And into the match after that big win against Salford last week, 52-16, 9 tries, a 4th win in the last 5 games. But their last win against Leeds came here at Headingley, September 2007. They won by 17 points to 6. But the Leeds Rhinos have been working all week on bouncing back after what was a pretty poor showing against the Catalan Dragons last Sunday. They have won their last 8 League and Cup meetings against Hull, including 5 in a row at the KC Stadium, and they've been high-scoring winners in the last 3 here at Headingley. Now, they've not lost 4 in a row in 5 years in Super League. In between that, though, they lost a Cup semi-final against Huddersfield at Odsal. Next week, they face Hull in the quarter-final. Richard Silverwood is the big match referee tonight for this Friday night. I think we could be in for another treat, Steve. It'll be tense, but it could be really, really good.
And you talk about the nerves, Eddie, and perhaps that could be a drawback for this Leeds outfit. They know they've got to respond. They know they've got to give their fans something to cheer about. It was a woeful performance last week against Catalan. They have to improve.
So here we go, Kevin Sinfield's high-hanging kick-off. Sam Obst is underneath it. Here's Marco Mealy. Good chase from the kick-off by Leeds. Bailey was first in. Peacock there as well. And also Chris Clarkson. And it's the Black and Whites who are in possession here.
Well, the Leeds defence, they've started well. Something they failed to do over the past 2 games. They really have got to get into the ribs of this Black and White outfit. But when you look at the size and the speed of their forwards, I would suspect that Richard Agar, the coach, would say we want to play tight down the middle. Leeds, of course, they want to turn to get out wide.
Fitzgibbon, 40 metres away from his own line, plays the ball to Houghton. This is Marco Mealy. Bailey has a very important job to do against him tonight. It's the last tackle here for Hull. Houghton again gets it back to Richard Horne. Charged down by Wella Haraki. Wella Haraki, the ball should bounce kindly for him. Will it? Yes, it does. But that's a great chase back. Wonderful chase back again. I think it's Cameron Phelps. It is. And now it's Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Great position now. Good charge down. Good job that Phelps has had the speed to get to him.
Peacock drives it in underneath the Black and White's post. Badira scheming, looking left and right. Comes this way to Maguire. Maguire then to Ben Jones-Bishop. He finds Ablett. Ablett goes to the gap. And he's over the line, but is he held up? I think he is, and the referee agrees.
Good positioning by the official, Richard Silverwood. And it is obvious that Leeds want to give it plenty of space out wide. Ablett really getting close to scoring, but that was good defence. It had to be as well. They'll be disappointed with the Rhinos if they don't put points on the board.
This is the last tackle for Leeds. Maguire spins it to Sinfield. He dabs it in behind the defenders. Work here to do for Tom Briscoe, and he doesn't manage to do it. He's trapped in goal. It's a goal line dropout coming up. Great pressure from Leeds in the opening couple of minutes, but Briscoe tried his best.
Neat little kick through as well. Good positioning by Briscoe. Spun out of it. They thought he'd got one in the field of play. Well, it's amazing what the one charge down can just lift the side. Good work by this fella. But they are spinning out wide, and Ablett, but look at the defence there. It was superb, wasn't it?
Richard Whiting doing really well to hold the man up. Ben Jones-Bishop gets a foot to it, finds it, Maguire. Oh, Peacock has dropped it on the first tackle. Big hit it was by Westerman.
Went for the ball carrying arm. Westerman knew exactly what it's like. It has just started to rain. And the ball and the field, the grass would be very, very slippy. Westerman, big hit.
Well, we keep records on tries scored. We don't keep records as such on tries saved. But Richard Whiting has clearly helped his team. He's probably the best loose forward, I think, in this competition, playing on the wing. He's absolutely remarkable. His versatility, his all-round skills. He can kick the ball, catch the ball, pass and tackle, as he's certainly proved there. He just seems to have picked up a bit of a knock.
Yes, he's limping a bit heavily, is Richard Whiting. He's only missed one this year, but he's obviously got a problem. As O'Mealy drives it forward again for the Black and Whites, gets the ball away, but it's pinched by Badeiras, who gets it away to Ablett. Quick thinking by Danny Badeiras.
Put himself in a good position as well. Well, this game is settling down into a very fast and furious. And the defence is on top at the moment. Again, good work by the loose forward, Westerman.
Maguire to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Solid defence, though, from Fitzgibbon and O'Mealy. Badeiras misses out Peacock, finds Sinfield. Back it comes to Ben Jones-Bishop again. He tries to go inside Richard Horne with Tickle. He's pulled down. Manu is there to help as well. Badeiras once again. Bailey. Oh, a slack pass from Bailey. Picked up by Jordan Turner.
Leeds have had two gifts at the moment. The charge down, the offload that went into their hands. They pushed up well and deserved that. But on both occasions, on both sets, have given the ball away. Jamie Peacock using the ball carrying arm in wet weather to lead into collision. And Ryan Bailey, the other prop, simply threw it on the floor.
There's Bailey all over the top, though, now of the man he's just tackled, Danny Tickle. Here is Willie Manu. Good work from Brett Delaney. Quick play the ball, though, by Manu. And Yeeman hunted down by Delaney again. That's good work from Delaney twice on the row. Last tackle here. High kick from Obst. High hanging kick. Well claimed by Ben Jones-Bishop.
Had plenty of height, but a little bit too far forward. Hull could not get anybody there to apply the pressure on the full-back.
Yeah, Ben Jones-Bishop operating at full-back tonight because Brent Webb is out with a calf strain. He was on loan, was Ben Jones-Bishop with Harlequins under Brian McDermott last year. Operated a lot of the time at full-back, so he had no hesitation at all in putting him there at the exclusion of Lee Smith.
Be interesting to see how the Kevin Sinfield, Danny Maguire operation and the halfbacks, how they will take control. They failed to do it last week against Catalans. It surprised me, Eddie, that Brian McDermott has left Rob Barrow on the bench. I would have started with him. They need a little bit more spark.
Kick down the middle is by Maguire, and it's fielded by Cameron Phelps. The chase is good from Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Ablett. Bailey is there as well. They force him back a couple of metres. Well, they're enthusiastic start, Leeds, there's no doubt about that. It's been all one-way traffic. I've been looking left all the way through for the last 6 minutes or so. But the game lasts 80 minutes. Can they keep it going, Leeds?
Well, psychologically, it could be a bit of a blow for them, Eddie, but mainly due to the fact that they should have had the opportunity. They should have put points on the board.
Jordan Turner for the Black and Whites. Houghton gets it away to Horne. He pops it back on the inside for Fitzgibbon.
And again, Hull quite happy to go down that central. Bring them back on the inside. Good run by Tickle. Oh, offload, bit risky.
Came off for him though. Westerman sorted that, but no way forward for Westerman. That's the last tackle for Hull. And Houghton gets it to Obst. This time the kick is a little lower in trajectory, and It won't find the touchline. It's a great kick actually from Hobbs, because Ben Jones-Bishop has to run this ball back. And he does well. He returns with a bit of interest before Manu got him down.
That was a great kick, wasn't it? Remember, Hobbs put a high one up. It was far too deep. It was handled. That's a great way for the winger.
Ryan Hall pulled down by Phelps, got away with it. Here goes Peacock on the charge. That was a great offload.
Quick play the ball. That's the key factor to that. They made 40 metres downfield.
This is Maguire. And Maguire taking them on his own, but Westerman is there to bring him down. Badiris is waiting again. Sinfield. This is Wella Haraki. We'll be seeing Wella Haraki's former club, the Crusaders, tomorrow night at the racecourse against Castleford. And was that a knock-on? No, the referee and the touch judge agree it was off the foot of Tom Briscoe.
I'm not so sure, Eddie. I think Tom Briscoe got a foot to it to start with, but maybe had a little touch with his fingertips.
That was that kind of impromptu play we've seen from Leeds all season. What was that? Brett Delaney kicking the ball on the last, didn't have a great strike, kicked it straight to the opposition, and Leeds, although a completed set, they did get to a kick. It wasn't what they wanted or needed on the end of it.
Move! Go!
Houghton again from dummy half. Here comes O'Mealy. That's the last tackle. They're still inside their own half hole, so they look to Obst or Horn to get the kick in. There's Obst. It's going to charge down, this time by Clarkson. And it's found its way into the arms of Kirk Yeeman. I beg your pardon, Richard Whiting.
Well, Whiting thought that was going to go over the whitewash, and he was a little bit lackadaisical there.
I don't think you can overestimate how important, though, that is. The pressure that's putting on the whole players here now, especially the ones who have to kick at the end of the set, Eddie. There's a tremendous amount of pressure when you know that the team are going to run at you with their arms in the air, attempting to charge down the ball. Second one that they've done, great play from Chris Clarkson.
You really can, Phil, see where Leeds have spent their working week. Honest effort on a training field, working on basics and charging kickers. We did mention early on, ball down or ball to the floor, referee making the decision in the favour of Hull FC. But going back to my point, yeah, just a loose carry from Fitzgibbon, and Jamie Peacock rescues his earlier play. Maybe a little bit high around the
it's
head.
A penalty to Hull, Paul. The referees deemed that as a high shot on Craig Fitzgibbon. And
I think he saw that on the replay there, and he was having treatment. A few moments earlier was the big prop forward, Craig Fitzgibbon. And it's a big ask as well from Fitzgibbon and O'Mealy. They really have got to take this big side forward throughout the full 80 minutes. That's poor play.
It's dreadful. And Leeds won't be arguing. Oh, hang on, that's great work from Willie Manu. He's pinched it back.
And Richard Horn is down injured.
And this is the first time that Hull have had the ball and they haven't had it long.
Away.
I was going to say, the first time that Hull have had the ball in any part of real danger. Look at this, they're tossing it away.
And
but then Manu does well.
They do like to offload and promote the ball. It's not working for them at present. And you can see the attitude from Leeds tonight has to be, I need to be the first one to dive on the ball, as Richard Horn's left knee receives an investigation by the physiotherapist. Here's Joe Westerman. The ball's, I would say, ripped out there by James Jones-Buchanan. The referee says play on.
Well, it went backwards. It was one-on-one. I think the official, Silverwood, has got it absolutely spot on there.
Had there not been somebody else involved in that tackle?
Okay.
Well,
still involved?
The referee saw it a different way, and that's why Leeds are in possession. Here's Sinfield.
We're going to do very well tonight just to keep up with this. It's manic from both sides. I don't think completion rates are on anyone's agenda tonight. Some honest effort from Leeds on that kick chase, but, you know, constantly giving the ball away, unforced errors. I just get the feeling that Hull FC are going to join them tonight.
St Helens against Catalan. It's 6-0 at the Stobart Stadium at Widnes for the Saints. Big match that in terms of their ambitions. And Wigan are ahead 6-0 against Wakefield. The ambition of Saints and Catalan, of course, to get into the top three. Great kick over the top, but not being able to be claimed by Ryan Hall.
Well, that'll be a knock-on, and it'll be head and feed to the black and whites. Well, I'm not so sure that was a set pattern move. Maybe I'm wrong. Brian McDermott, not normally the kicker, is he? Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Mike, if they're anything, they are predictably unpredictable. We've seen Brett Delaney fly hacking one kick, Jamie Jones-Buchanan the other. The ball's hit the floor again. Craig Fitzgibbon, goodness me, he's a player of fantastic quality. But I think that just indicates how difficult it is tonight to keep control of this ball. The weather is difficult, it's raining, the field's very greasy. And again, I'm not quite sure whether the completion rate's got past 20% for either side.
7 handling errors in the opening 11.5 minutes. And Leeds, they have the possession from the scrum, and here is Ablett.
Well spotted by Jordan Turner. Wasn't going to be fooled by that late delayed pass.
Maguire pops it up to Bailey.
Interesting to see if Leeds go for the power play, but they don't have to. They've got a penalty.
How interesting this. They've had all the play, Leeds. They've got nothing on the board yet. I wonder if they will be tempted to kick for 2. Maybe not. Badeiras has got the ball. They take a quick tap. Maguire. Ben Jones-Bishop.
And a lot of teams do that, don't they, where they have a forward run through as an option. But Wella Haraki was that far in front of the player that he didn't convince anybody. Wigan do that incredibly well. They have convincing ball runners, but the timing of some of the Leeds players when they're doing it seems too early.
Looked a little bit predictable on that shift. The movement from Badeiras is very important. I'd just love to see Danny Maguire.
Over the top it goes to Ryan Hall, and Hall will get in the corner for the first Leeds try. Richard Silverwood points to the spot, and it has been all one-way traffic for the opening 12 minutes, and Leeds get their reward. They spurn the opportunity of having a shot at goal from bang in front. They went for broke, they went for 4. They've got 4 courtesy of Ryan Hall. 17th try of the Super League season, 3rd on the charts with Tom Briscoe before tonight. He got a try in the win at Hull in February, Ryan Hall, and well, once the ball was fed out to him, it was always going to be 4 points to the Leeds Rhinos.
It's the first time that the black and whites have been caught out wide, and you can see there that Ops really should have gone behind a bit quicker. Richard Whiting also had come out of his position. Beautiful pass, wasn't it? Sinfield cuts 2 men out. You're not going to stop this fella when he's in this mood. That was a great pass and an even better finish.
Great winger's try from Ryan Hall. Hit the ground and allowed the conditions to slide him over the line. So Ryan Hall's try, very tight to the touchline on this left-hand side for the Leeds Rhinos. It means that Kevin Sinfield has got the devil's own job to try and add the extras. He needs 7 goals to become Leeds' all-time record goal kicker. This has got a very difficult degree of difficulty. But Sinfield can kick from anywhere when he's in the mood, and Leeds are ahead by 6 points to 0.
Fully deserved as well. Good passing right along the line. You can see how the Ops hesitates, and look where Richard Whiting is, in no man's land. Great finish, super stuff.
I thought the weighting of the pass to Ryan Hall was absolutely spectacular. He didn't want it to get there too soon because Hall had probably 3 or 4 paces to make when Sinfield released the ball. He needed to delay the ball in the air, which he did successfully by not throwing it too fast as a spin ball.
6-0 the Leeds Rhinos lead, 12-0 Wigan are ahead against Wakefield. This isn't the happiest of hunting grounds for Hull, to be fair. Only 3 wins from 16 visits. And as you can see, just going through the bottom of the screen there, they've won the last 8 in League and Cup, have the Rhinos. This is a must-win game for these 2 clubs. Salford and Hull Kingston Rovers playing also this weekend. The teams that are right behind them, 3 points adrift of them both. The loser tonight, they will have the City Reds and the Rovers, the winner of that one breathing right down their necks.
Well, I must say that the Leeds outfit now, they did not do this last week in south of France. The quick play of the ball, they're running onto it with a lot more vim and vigour, and they are really up for this. It's amazing what a try early in the game can do for your confidence.
You're right there, Mike. Jamie Peacock on play 3. He seems to be counting numbers. 2 quick returns from his outside backs, then Peacock rattled onto that ball. He's done it a number of times in the game so far. It looks like Leeds are banking on that 3rd play from Jamie Peacock.
This is Bailey. He's not scored a try for 4 years. It would be a timely night tonight for him to get one. Sinfield now attacking the line. Almost through. Phelps just came in. Tickle was underneath him. Phelps stopped the offload. Badeiras to Maguire. Maguire to Ben Jones. Bishop forward.
Yeah. And it was telegraphed, wasn't it? It's one thing going for a set move, but put on the pattern, and you see that Danny Maguire was looking and saying, you should have come a little bit earlier, too much, he'd gone.
Well, the officials did get that one. Prior to the try, I was just about to say I'd love to see Danny Maguire look like he's actually going to run the ball. The pass to Sinfield, although very good, was very scripted. You knew he was going to pass the ball. His biggest asset is his step, his movement and his speed off the mark. If Leeds really want to get a grip of this game, you've got to see more of that from Danny Maguire.
Well, I mentioned last week, and Eddie will back me up on this, is the fact that Danny Maguire hardly took on the defence. It's a different case tonight. He looks hungry. He needed a big game, and I'm sure he'll produce one.
This is Danny Tickle for the Black and Whites, another man on the verge of a milestone. 17 points needed for him for 1,000 for Hull FC. And big Sam Moore, the Tongan international, has come off the bench, involved in that tackle, plays the ball there to Houghton. This is Sam Obst again, but Jamie Jones-Buchanan reacting very quickly to the perceived threat. Last tackle from inside the 40, but not quite the angle. Ben Jones-Bishop to run this ball back for the Leeds Rhinos. Big clatter by Westerman and was high.
Just tried to step him, didn't he, and got him top of the shoulder, finished up in the head. Westerman disagrees with Richard Silverwood. Penalty. Little doubt. Ricochet right way onto the top. He would have felt that.
The referee just said to Joe Westerman, your first contact was with the shoulder, but then you strayed up into the face, so penalty Leeds.
It's not where you start, it's where you finish. Well spotted there by Silverwood. They're becoming their own worst enemy, aren't they? They've had no field position at all in this game so far.
Mike, is it just me, or is that a tough penalty? I don't quite know. I thought he gave everything he had in that full-bodied shot. He strayed over, it wasn't intentional, no damage done. I think that's a real tough penalty.
Well, maybe we should ask the fullback, young Ben Jones-Bishop, whether he felt it or not. Either way, this is a different Rhinos outfit that we saw from last week. We expected it.
Paul Cullen wants to see a penalty given for a real high shot, that's for sure. Never happened in your day, did it, Paul?
Poacher, come, gamekeeper, etc, etc.
Here is Sinfield, and he gets it away to Ben Jones-Bishop. That's a good tackle. Tremendous tackle by Kirk Yeaman.
He felt that one. Did the fullback on that occasion, and he's a bit groggy.
And that was legal, absolutely legal. Ryan Bailey hanging on.
And that's that predictable play that's easy to read from Leeds, because it's just going out the back all the time.
Ablett again, they fancy something down this left-hand side, Leeds, don't they? Ablett trying to get the hands free to get the offload away. He's still trying. It's a loose carry.
And that'll be a head and feed, golden opportunity. But it's quite obvious, you can see the size of Carl Ablett. And they're obviously pinpointing Sam Obst, one of the smallest players in Super League. He's doing his defensive quality down on this right-hand defensive area, and of course Ablett is running at him.
Let's get downstairs and join Rod.
Yeah, Leeds are totally bossing this game, Eddie, aren't they, for the first quarter? But interestingly enough, Brian McDermott has come down to the side, and that's very unusual for him here at Headingley Carnegie. He's always tucked away right at the back of the stand, watching from that eyrie up there with a perfect view. So he's obviously not entirely happy with what the Rhinos are producing, despite the fact they lead 6-0 after 19 minutes.
Well, an overwhelming possession stat going in their favour. Maybe he would expect a greater reward than just 6 points. Here goes Moore again, straight at Peacock. Legs keep pumping and Moore gets almost to the halfway line.
The biggest problem, though, for the Black and Whites is that Leeds, they're getting up, playing the ball quickly. I'm afraid Hull, they're doing exactly the opposite. Not a bad kick, though.
Well, it would have been, but it just skipped and bounced its way over the touching goal line.
If you think about the last 3 kicks that Hull have made, once Ben Jones-Bishop did a remarkable job, didn't he? He got them back to the centre of the field, and then they scorched downfield because of his return. One kick, of course, was negated because of the penalty Westerman gave away, and then that one's gone over the sideline. So if you think over a 10-minute period, that has a massive difference on where the match is played.
Hull, by the way, the only team in Super League not to have kicked a 40-20 this year. Maybe Richard Horn was thinking about that, but he was just the wrong side of the 40-metre mark inside his own half on that previous occasion. Midway through this first half then, Leeds 6-0 up. Vadiris and Sinfield. Sinfield just put some backspin on that. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Cameron Phelps has got to run this ball back and does so with gusto.
Really smart play, Mike, I thought, from the Leeds Rhinos then. I'm sure it was a backs away set, just to give the forwards a breather. 4 of the outside backs ran from dummy half. Kevin Sinfield, early kick, put it in the corner, and trying to back it up now with good D.
Jordan Turner, 4 tries in his last 2 appearances, 5 in the last 5 for Jordan Turner. He got a couple against his old club, the Salford City Reds, last week. Here's Richard Horn. Manu back on the angled run on the inside. Clarkson and Haraki managed to bring him down. Hartman again.
Not a bad switch of play either, but there was no real support. If they get half the break, they've got to have someone coming up in that second stand. They've got to keep moving this ball.
There's another kick over the top from Richard Horn, but well read by Ben Jones-Bishop. Came about 20-25 metres then to collect that on the full.
It amazes me, it's still slippy out there, as I mentioned, a bit of a downpour just before the kickoff. Why he went for the option to put it in the air, just get it on the ground, keep it low, try to force the error.
Here's the try scorer, Ryan Hall, and a little scampering run from dummy half from Maguire. Jamie Jones-Buchanan coming back on the inside. Westerman straying a little high again, but no penalty forthcoming. Vadiris, here's Delaney.
The times that the Rhinos are getting over the advantage line in the play the ball area, it's becoming a big concern to the Hull coach Richard Agar.
Sinfield will hoist the kick. It's a little bit too far in front, and this will be diffused in the in-goal area by Briscoe. Here goes Cameron Phelps now, quick tap. Everyone from Hull was back inside the 20-metre zone, and Leeds were all lined up waiting, but Phelps took the opportunity to take it quickly.
Whenever Hull are in a hole, they tend to go to the guys on the left-hand side to get them out of trouble. Here, a penalty, oh no? Yes, it is. A penalty will help Hull to get out to their own half, but Tom Briscoe, Kirk Yeaman and Willie Manu, the left-hand side attack really for the black and white team. You see the ball released again there. That's the danger, I think, as the concentration now as we go into the final 15 minutes before half-time. Leeds' defence on that far side of the field from the cameras has to be very good.
And I must say that the discipline which we've seen over this season from the Leeds players is a lot better tonight. No back chatting to the official. It's been a problem all season.
Lee Ratford taking the ball forward. 350th career appearance last week against Salford. This is Sam Obst. Now it's Cameron Phelps who's joined in the line. Promising attack building here for the black and whites. Westerman at dummy half. Finds Obst. He then gives it to Tickle. Tickle then short to Samoa. Oh, and the referee will bring them back. There must have been a knock-on either way. It was certainly Moa's the first there. And then it's Haraki who tipped it back to him. So he could not play on, the referee. He's got this spot on.
Yep, well done, Richard Silverwood. The big crowd underneath us didn't like the decision, but it is spot on. Well, another squandered opportunity. Very, very few chances of Hull. Now then, can they keep the Rhinos down deep in their own quarter?
Phil, if you were Brian McDermott, would you be happy with the performance as much as the scoreline at the moment?
Yes, I wouldn't be too worried about the scoreline. Maybe you might not even worry too much about it at the end, although he does want his side to pick up a win. I think that they've clearly improved. The fact that they were the first to dive on a lot of loose balls will please him. That shows that you've got your attitude right. And if that's in the right place, then you've got every chance of winning a game. They're playing the game, aren't they, a little bit quicker than their opponents at the moment. That's the other reason. If you win that ruck area, you stand every chance of going forward like they are now.
Big Ali Lautiti's on. He was going to be used, and that's a hand in by Westerman, I think. He's been penalised. Ali Lautiti being used as a replacement front rower tonight.
You could see him messing around, and Westerman looked at the official and said, I didn't touch it, but can we see it here? So, yeah, you can see just a little bit of a nudge.
Well, big chance for Leeds with Peacock just a couple of metres away from the Hull line.
Will they switch to the blind side?
Medeiros gives it to Maguire. He pops it up for Big Ali. They were waiting for him. Radford and Moore and Houghton and Phelps. Medeiros waits again. Medeiros to Maguire. Well, that was the pressure from Jordan Turner, beg your pardon. Jordan Turner forced the error from Maguire then. Flew out of the line. Look.
Yeah, it's a big gamble as well because they were all over the shop. If he'd not made contact, you could see that Sam Obst, he'd gone out there, he would have been left in it. Not happy.
Yeah, frustration for Brian McDermott. This is Turner once again.
Stand up. One. Yeah.
Horn gets the ball away to Manu.
Good disciplined defence again by Leeds.
Two.
All going up as a unit. No one hanging back, no one hesitating.
Here's another penalty. Peacock doing too much work on the floor.
It's amazing, isn't it, how a week can just change a team's complexion. Every penalty that was awarded against them down in the south of France, had a right old chat and right old go at the official, but they've kept their mouths shut, and they do it for the full 80.
Richard Horn and Moore again, straight up the middle. He only knows one way. Saints have gone back in front against the Catalan Dragons. Those two bracketed together, 4th and 5th in the table. Chasing down Huddersfield Giants if they can. Tickle, good offload. This is Lee Radford. Now a chance for the black and whites here. Been few and far between. Richard Horn gets the ball away. And on the angled run, it was very well watched by Medeiros. There was no way through for Kirk Eamon. Radford again. Horn. Sam Obst. Obst finds Westerman out of the back door by Westerman. It finds its way to Whiting.
Well, the idea was good, but it wasn't a good pass from Westerman. Can they allow the pressure? That's a good little move on that blind side.
Ryan Hall with work to do. Ben Jones-Bishop, that's confidence. Well, that is confidence from a team that's supposed to be really low on confidence.
Not only that, this is wonderful positioning by the fullback. Ben Jones-Bishop realised that he had to get there. If there was an offload on, he put himself in a wonderful position. Ooh, a clash of heads there.
It wasn't all Ablett. Ablett and Westerman. And Westerman has come off the worst. Oh, is it Radford? It's Radford, you're right, Phil. Oh.
Well, I must say that...
well, Ablett's just looking round saying there was nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
Was it Willie Manu who caught him?
Was it?
I think it was his own man, yeah, but...
well, if it was, there should be two trainers out there.
I've got to give a lot of credit, you know, to this man, Carl Ablett, that's carrying the ball. There was the clash of heads. Not only is he doing his work out wide on this left-hand side...
It was off the elbow of Sam Moore, actually.
Yeah, either way, it hurts. But he's getting through a lot of work, isn't he, Carl Ablett?
Okay.
Utilising him as that extra forward.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been pretty impressive in the centres. This is his 4th in a row in the centre position for Ablett. 25 years of age. Medeiros, the dummy half. Maguire only just managed to reel that pass in. On the edge of his fingertips.
Hold. Go. 4.
Now, Sinfield has lost it again. Trying to do the pass before he received the ball, the lead skipper. Rare error. They're inviting Hull back into this match.
It's a great example that of a breaking concentration, a stop for an injury, and people just switch off momentarily. It's very difficult to stay focused, but it's cost Leeds. How do they react?
Well, they have to react big in defence because this is Yeaman. 249th career appearance for Yeaman over the past 10 years, and only 2 tries at Headingley in all that time. He's back in possession here again now.
Be interesting now whether Hull go for a running play to score on this set or go for a short kick. This is poor weather. The big crossfield kick might work if that's the way they want to go.
Manu's having the devil's own job to stop him.
Was well spotted as well by Manu. He came from the outside, back on that blind side, nearly got through.
Desperate defence that from Kevin Sinfield, whose error has gifted hold this position. This is Radford again. Seems to be none the worse rather for the elbow in the face. This now Richard Horne gives it to Tickle and he goes without it. Jamie Jones Buchanan swoops on the loose ball.
Well, again, a wasted opportunity. It's becoming a bit of a nightmare for the coach, Richard Agar. They get himself in a good position.
Could have been 2 penalties here for Leeds. Tackled by Jamie Jones Buchanan, and they weren't standing with the referee, the whole defence.
They're getting frustrated with the black and white. You can see that. And that'll only just help build the confidence on this Rhinos outfit, because they are getting over the opposition half with considerable ease.
It's Ian Kirk, tallest man on the field, to Badiras, to Maguire to Sinfield. Kick from Sinfield into the open space, an invitation for Zach Hardacre to chase, but it beats everybody.
Wonderful idea from this fella. Kevin Sinfield went on the 3rd tackle, realised that the wingers would not be back, and Hardacre has got plenty of speed, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere then. But this is the error there, Tickle. Good, strong, solid defence, but that short pass, and Richard Agar, I think that says it all.
Frustrated, annoyed, and rightly so. Good passes in these conditions are hard enough to catch. Crash balls into big traffic, into defence, are almost impossible. And Eddie, on that last set, was that Leeds on a completion, a kick? There was a decent chase. Are Leeds now beginning to learn that that's how you've got to play it? Get to the other end of the field and score some points down in good ball.
9 minutes from half-time. Hull in possession here with Danny Tickle, taking on Jamie Jones Buchanan and Ali Lauatiti.
3, hold, go, 3.
Houghton.
No square, Jamie.
Obst. Infield it comes to Radford. We're at Wrexham tomorrow. Crusaders against the Castleford Tigers. Massive match for the Tigers, of course, in terms of their top 8 ambition. Willie Manu.
Boy, they're giving this guy some work, aren't they? But he's finding it very difficult to get through a pretty solid Rhinos defence at the moment.
Richard Horne got the kick away hurriedly. Bounced kindly for Zach Hardacre. Houghton, though, following up, does well. Sinfield, here goes Ben Jones-Bishop again. Short ball, finds Maguire. He then in turn finds Jamie Jones. Now it's with Ablett. Ablett trying to go on the inside of Whiting, who does well.
We might just see now the perfect substitution. Rob Burrow on the field, less than 10 minutes on the clock. His pace, that dynamic movement from Rob Burrow at the ruck, the movement, the stop, the show and go, the duck underneath, that could be the one.
There he is, finds Jamie Jones Buchanan. The hesitating, the black and white's defence. Ob stood off him.
Move on the line.
He'll make the whole defence panic.
And Maguire comes back this way, but Westerman was waiting to spring the trap with Jordan Turner. Last one here for Leeds. What can they produce from this? Sinfield stabs the kick to the in goal. That'll be too strong.
Well, the idea is good and the confidence is lifting, but that man, Brian McDermott, will be looking over the scoreboard and thinking we should have had a lot more points than this. 6-0, and the way that the black and whites have played in this first 30-odd minutes, I must say Richard Agar, he'll be thinking if they can get away with just being 6 points down at the break. That's a habit in our game that possession will swing around.
This is Luwaki.
Possibly the greatest quality of anybody in sport, whether it be a player or a coach, is resilience, isn't it? To be able to stand the tough times. And Hull are doing that. They've done it, haven't they, for 30 minutes here, standing in that scoreboard. But they've got the patience here now to wait until they strike. And I like the way Joe Westerman's playing in the last few weeks, getting his hands on the ball more and going back to the best that he's shown in the past.
He got a try as well in Castleford's shock win here last season. It was a shock in those days. It mightn't be a shock in 2011. That's well done by Ben Jones-Bishop. He's got to get up, though, because the referee hasn't said the tackle was completed, and it wasn't. And they conceded a penalty from that in the south of France last week.
That was a nice option there by Sam Obst. Big hit there, wasn't it?
Nearly gave himself up then, Westerman. He looked at the referee and shook his head. Nice work from Hardacre. Play on was the call, and he was close enough to hear it. Great run, this.
Oh, tremendous work. The young winger there should have been a penalty as well. Richard Horne was all over him.
Here's Burrow. Here's Burrow. Hull doing their best to slow this Leeds play the ball down. Delaney. Burrow goes down the short side with Sinfield. Well, that's out on the full.
Not the best finish, and he knows it as well. That's the second occasion over the last 5 minutes that they've had good field position. Just losing the plot slightly.
I love Richard Horne's attitude then. As soon as that ball went out, he got another ball from the sideline. He wants to go. I think he thinks here Hull have got a chance of striking back here. Maybe sensing that the tide is turning.
This is Danny Washbrook. It's a big bench, isn't it, that Richard Agar's brought. Radford, Washbrook, Luaki, Moa. O'Mealy. Oh, that's a good tackle, though. Good offload, mind you, to Obst. Pitts does well.
Eddie, I said at the top of the show that I thought that the whole bench might just have the edge on the Leeds bench. We've already spoken about how dynamic Rob Burrow is in offence when he's running the ball from dummy half. But at the moment, the Leeds front row is Lauatiti, Kirk, and because Rob Burrow isn't big enough to defend in the middle of the field, he defends as a hooker out wide, but he stood next to Danny Maguire. So you've got a 6 and a 7 stood next to each other on the left edge. I just wonder whether Hull can try and exploit that.
There's Richard Horne with another kick towards the corner. Ben Jones-Bishop is after this. Oh, and he has come up with a knock-on. Well, he could have easily let that one go over the sideline and taken the head and feet himself. As it is, Hull now are getting excited because of that error. They'll have head and feet at the scrum. 10 metres out.
You've got to test them. It was a good kick into the corner by Richard Horne, and the youngster should have let this go. And this is a golden opportunity now for the black and whites to post their first points in this game.
Well, the great players get a feel for the game, didn't they? Richard Horne a minute ago sensed there was an opportunity for his team. He wants to take the game to them. Great kick into the corner now. Can they convert field position into points?
4 minutes to go. Wonderful time to strike. Westerman. Back it comes to Tom Briscoe. Briscoe, good tackle by Ablett low down. Finished off by Pitts and Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Westerman is waiting. Westerman to O'Mealy. Trying to use his strength to barge his way over the line. Well, that's a knock-on. No, it's a penalty. Pushing and shoving as O'Mealy was trying to get up and play the ball.
Houghton wants to get on with it. It's quick tap.
Oh, this fella's a handful. Luaki.
Got to have someone coming back on the angle. Go the blind side. They come open instead.
Houghton. Good defence from Leeds. Scrambling defence. They're defending their line for their lives here.
Go.
Washbrook finds Richard Horne. Horne delays the pass to Obst. Obst, well, Turner really got in his way. And then Burrow and Maguire do the job. Oh, and the ball has come free. Knock on.
Lost control. Good defence. That will please the coach, Brian McDermott. Twist in the arm. Maybe Rob Burrow had a little bit of a touch on that.
Did the ball go backwards? I think it did, you know.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, lads,
Oh, there's the knock on there.
Here we go.
Looks as though it's been Jordan Turner has been deemed to knock on.
I'm just looking at the stats of the tackles that our guys record here live during the game, and this is pretty remarkable. I don't know if I've seen this before. Leeds have made 132 and haven't missed a single one at the moment. That goes to show, I think, defence is an attitude, and the Rhinos have the right one tonight.
Delaney. Luaki gets to him. He got up because the tackle was not completed, and Luaki and Delaney, there's no love lost there.
Come on.
Lauatiti looking to offload then. Lauatiti.
To be fair to Hull, though, they have really slowed this.
40-20 attempt from Sinfield this. 40-20 attempt from Sinfield just... Oh, yes, he does. He touched the whitewash.
Yeah, he did.
Phelps has touched the whitewash. The touch judges spotted it.
This will be a nervous 1.5 minutes. Just... There it is. Well spotted by the flag waver. Beautiful kick under a lot of pressure.
Robert Hicks, the Super League referee, with the flag.
We can hold them more. Yeah, but we can't count them.
Would you count that as a 40-20, Phil? Because it was a foot in touch, wasn't it, that gave them this possession?
I think so, yeah. He's still trying to defend that kick.
Same result, not a 40-20. Foot in touch. Ben Jones-Bishop. Too many hyphenated names in this lead side.
Spit it out, Eddie. This could really seal a good first half by the Rhinos.
Delaney. Hull now having to defend this line. They've been doing that for much of this first half, it has to be said. Sinfield drops the shoulder, but they wouldn't be fooled. Houghton got to him. Could play the ball what they wanted. Burrow. Here is Hiraki. Wide they go. Hardacre couldn't get past Briscoe. Brilliant defence from Hull.
Tremendous stuff. Good work by the winger Tom Briscoe. Was not going to be sucked in, out of his position. He knew he could get out to him and push the youngster. Well, again, the black and whites have got away with it. They know seconds are ticking away.
Here we go, lads.
Richard Agar will not be happy with certain aspects of their game. They've been very slow at the play the ball area. They have not done what Leeds have done, but I mention it again. Will Brian McDermott and Leeds be wondering, should they have more points on the board? Only leading by 6.
Well, Brian McDermott, I think, believes they should have more points on the board. The possession, as you rightly say, Steve-O, could easily turn around in the second half, but I must say Leeds are looking as though they are up for the challenge here tonight. They've been vigorous in defence, and as Phil's pointed out, they haven't missed a tackle yet. There's the siren in the background. Horn, though, has to be brought down, and that's the last tackle of this first half. Leeds have only shaded it 6-0. Hall's try and Sinfield's wonderful kick from the touchline, but they should be happier with what they've seen tonight compared to what they saw last week against the Catalan Dragons in the south of France. Hull have certainly they will know they've been in a real battle in this. Leeds lead